All right, we're back.
We're back. We're having problems with this, but we rebooted the computer and just started up a new show.
I mean, because I didn't want the same thing to say Oculus Part 2 because we weren't really talking about Oculus anymore. So.
Yeah. So we really have no idea what's going on. It might drop, but the connection says it's good.
For now.
For now. But let's see how many people are in here now. Yeah, they're starting to come in. But people were interested in the Logan's Run series. And this is what you get if you buy it. It's got an inner sleeve. It has 3 discs. And it came with a little insert. But I liked the show. I kind of liked it better on second viewing. I guess because I never saw it when it came out. You know, back in the 70s. So the first time I saw it, I didn't really have like a real tight connection with it, I guess. But then seeing it again, I was kind of remembering some of it, and you kind of have fond memories of it in a way, kind of like watching an old Star Trek episode. But it's good. It's got Heather Menzies in it, cutie. And then that guy right there, that's them. And then another dude shows up. Their android named Rem. That's him right there. But you could tell that it was in between Star Trek and Star Trek The Next Generation. A lot of the same writers. Also kind of had a little bit of a... I could see some of the influences from $6 Million Man. Couldn't you see that?
Oh, also? Yeah, big time.
Yeah, so I'd probably put it right in between $6 Million Man and Star Trek and Star Trek The Original Series. Kind of like that. Which I have to go back and look at some of the $6 Million Mans. I mean, I don't really remember that much of it. Oh, most of the one I remember is the fucking Bionic Bigfoot. It was tripping me out. Remember Bionic Bigfoot? Yeah. But
yeah, I haven't seen $6 Million Man for years and years.
Evidently, you can stream it on Amazon Prime. I think they said it was $1.99 per episode, which, yeah, it's worth it.
How many episodes are they? It's, you know...
let me see.
Because, like I said, there was the pilot, which was like a movie, which is what they did standard back then. They just kind of made essentially a TV movie. And
the pilot was almost 2 hours, I think.
Yeah.
Let's see how many.
Then if it was popular, then it would go to series.
There's 14 episodes.
Okay. So it's just kind of like a half season.
Yeah. So it would cost $28 to see all of it. If you can get the DVD set for less than $28, then you want to go with that.
Well, yeah, that'd obviously be a much better deal.
But it's a nice set. It looks like this. When was this printed? Trying to see when this came out. Can you see?
Hell no, that's way too small.
Yeah.
And it's dark in here.
It's kind of dark in here.
I can't see shit in here. Yeah,
it doesn't have a date on it.
What's that, like 3-point type or some shit?
Yeah. I would say this might be from like the 2000s.
Yeah, Donald Moffat, who played Rem, was also in The Thing.
Yeah, he was.
He was, wasn't he?
He played...
I totally forgot about that.
He played Copper. What is his name? Copper?
I can't remember.
Yeah. That's right. I forgot all about that.
I did as well. I knew he was familiar.
Yeah.
We were wondering, we had a whole like debate when Ren was first introduced, whether those were really his eyebrows or whether they just stuck them on there. You know?
Yeah.
Because they did kind of seem like messy Spock. Like, you know what I mean? Like they were kind of like that, but they were super unruly.
Yeah. Louise asked me what channel that was. We used to watch $6 Million Man out in California. I think it might have... I think it was NBC, wasn't it? I think that was NBC.
I have no idea.
So I don't remember what channel that would have been. Probably 9. Or 7. NBC was channel 7, I think. I don't know, man. It was a long time ago, dude.
In Florida, it was...
Yeah.
Well, at least in my part of Florida, NBC was channel 2.
Channel 2?
Yeah, and CBS was 6, and ABC was 9.
In California, CBS was channel 2. NBC might have been channel 4.
I think NBC got moved to 4 later on,
Yeah.
like when we got cable. But when we just had the 3 channels, actually 4 channels because we had PBS. It was NBC was 2, CBS was 6, ABC was 9, and PBS was 24. And that's the only channels
NBC
there
4.
was. And then we had, then Fox came along, and that was channel 35.
I don't even think broadcast television exists anymore, does it? There's no broadcast TV.
No, it's all digital.
It's all gone, yeah.
I mean, I don't know. There might be, but I doubt it.
I think it's called.
I don't even think that there's. Do we even have the fucking infrastructure for that anymore?
No, I don't think so.
I think it's all
And
digital.
that would be totally energy inefficient too. To broadcast, you know what I mean? That shit.
It's so crazy to me to think about nowadays that. I mean, remember back in the old days, if you missed something, like I said, there was a really creepy, like, oh, there's a cool, like, made-for-TV horror movie, and you wanted to see it, and then you missed it, and you just wouldn't get to see it.
Yep.
Because they're not going to rerun the shit.
You missed it.
They're like, oh, tough.
Wouldn't rerun it, and fucking, even VHS wasn't really fucking widespread.
Not really.
Later. Yeah.
I mean, we didn't really have a VHS until maybe the early to mid-'80s, maybe 84.
I didn't own one personally until the early 90s, and I went in the Army.
Yeah.
Then you could buy like a Samsung television that had a VHS player underneath the bottom of it for like $300.
Yeah, we had one of those.
Yeah. I think they were like $300, maybe $250.
It was really expensive
back
in the old days because even I think when we were a kid, now we had a Betamax for a while.
Well, $250, $300, that was cheap compared to what I was used to when we were a kid. That was like $1,000.
Yeah.
For a VHS player.
And like I said, when Betamax, because that kind of came out a little bit first, and so we had one of those. And I'm pretty sure, I mean, my dad bought it used, I think, like maybe off the back of a van, knowing him, but, because he was always looking out for the bargains, you know. But, yeah, it was a really, really lot of money that he spent. And then the thing about it, we had the Betamax for a while, and he would record stuff, but then after a while it became clear that Betamax wasn't going anywhere.
Yeah.
And it was funny because I think my uncle had a Betamax too, and he was just adamant that he had spent so much money on it, and he was not gonna get a VHS player, so I'm gonna keep the Betamax. So he had a Betamax like way after like nobody had a Betamax anymore, because he was just so mad that he'd paid so much money for it that like it just kind of like went down the toilet.
Yeah. So yeah, it was a pretty good series. Logan 5 and Jessica 6. They had the damn robot. It was kind of like Data.
The robot.
The robot.
Sears and robot.
They made sure to put hotties in every episode. They had those fucking silly ass fucking Sandman guns that was like a butane lighter that just went whoosh, whoosh, and then it'll damn.
And it could do pretty much anything you needed it to do.
It had a stun setting
in the time period. Yeah, it had a stun. It also had a let's burn a hole in the concrete wall setting.
Yeah. It was like it was like a phaser.
Yeah.
Phaser did the same thing.
That's true. Can we talk a little bit? I think we talked about this when we reviewed this show a long time ago. Can we talk about the theme song?
Oh yeah, man, the theme song was a fucking trip because it's it's a decent theme song. It would be a normal, decent 70s theme song, right? But then laid over it is basically a fucking sound effect that it's literally pew pew pew. Pew pew pew.
Yeah, and it's really loud.
Pew. Yeah, and it kind of mars the fucking theme song. But me and Jenny were talking about it. That theme song was so 70s. The only thing that differentiated it from other 70s
from like the Love Boat or
from
something.
the Love Boat or something would have been the damn fucking pew pew pew.
Yeah, because like look, it's sci-fi, so we have to put a little bit of a sci-fi spin on it. So it sounds like the Love Boat. It kind of sounds like that.
Yeah,
not exactly, but then put pew pew pew. Yeah. And then the funny thing about it is that the pew 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 is like really really loud.
Yeah.
And then it's like it's really obnoxious, and then it goes up a register, and then it gets louder, like it's even more. It's like pew pew pew, and I'm just like, God damn it, stop assaulting me with the pew pew.
They're telling the kids from the fucking get-go that it's got fucking lasers in it.
Yeah.
Because I remember in the fucking 70s, what differentiated fucking Star Wars from everything else was they fucking had lasers, man. Laser beams. If you could do a laser beam, then you were fucking badass. Your whole show was badass. Battlestar Galactica came out with fucking laser beams. Fucking, you know what I mean? Credible looking laser beams. So they're trying to tell you shit it's got lasers, which it kind of doesn't.
Not really.
The stun setting fucking shot a blue beam out that would fucking freeze you, but not the kill setting. It just went like a butane lighter, and then like you had a firework explosion on the other end.
Yeah.
Like a laser.
Yeah, it was.
Because lasers are invisible. You know.
Well, yeah, but that's not. You can't really put that in a movie because it's like.
Well, that's what they did.
I know.
It was invisible.
Yeah.
Except the stun setting.
Rickshaw said Logan and the Pew Pew Pews.
Yeah.
That's the band that performed the theme song.
Now, another thing that was fucking trip about the program is that it features two vehicles a lot. The Sandman vehicle, which is a car. It's a bubble car, and it looks really good. But then Logan and Jessica and Rem are running around in this abomination of a fucking vehicle. It's supposed to be a solar-powered hovercraft. They find it in the pilot episode. Which makes sense because they wanted a vehicle that was kind of like the Enterprise. You didn't have to refuel it. You know, you could go on it. Logan's Run is like Logan's Trek. It's like Star Trek. All right? Their version of the Enterprise was that damn vehicle. And it looked like a pregnant guppy. Gray pregnant guppy with like one of the worst fucking futuristic symbols on it ever. And it was solar powered. It had a damn fucking... Looked like a damn... What do you call the thing? A fucking terrarium on the top of it. Like a greenhouse.
It had like a little bit of a tank kind of vibe to it. It was very square.
Imagine a tank, a guppy, and a greenhouse all had a fucking baby. Kinky. And it's a hovercraft, but you never really see it hover. It's just got wheels and some skirts.
Yeah, it's got a look like a bed skirt.
Yeah, and when it stops, it fucking it goes down.
Like
yeah, like that. And it's got a sliding door. Fucking the angles on the windows don't make any goddamn sense. It's not sleek at all.
It looks like you wouldn't be able to see out of it. Was my issue.
Looked like a little minivan. And then when you looked inside, you could see all the fucking seats and the upholstery. It was like straight out of like a Lincoln Continental.
Yeah, I told him, I was like, I said, it's nice they have fine Corinthian leather inside the inside of the space solar car.
Yeah.
Because I said it looks exactly like the seats in my granddad's Cadillac from 1976.
So exactly what it looked like. It's like red leather upholstery.
Yeah, like mahogany kind of like a brownish leather.
But you know, you could tell they were one-off custom cars. You know, for the day they were. They probably would have been
passable,
pretty cool. Although the Sandman car was a lot better than
it did look a lot cooler, and it looked like the visibility was much better because the windshields were much larger.
It looked like a vehicle you could really use.
Yeah.
The solar powered hovercraft didn't really look like a real vehicle to me.
True.
Didn't look practical at all. Like you couldn't really back that up. And I don't remember. Did it have weapons on it? I think it did have weapons on it, didn't it?
Wait, does it?
Didn't they blow? No, they didn't. No, they blew the door open with a damn hand phaser.
Yeah.
That's how they got it.
I mean, why would the cars need to have guns on them if you have the phaser that can do everything?
Well, another thing is that you don't want to arm the damn vehicle because then it would solve too many problems in the movie.
Yeah.
It'd be an unfair advantage because all you do
because you just drive into the village of bad guys and just be like, choop, just take everybody out.
Well, they were being chased by the Sandmen in the little Sandman bubble car. All you had to do is turn it around and just shoot them. Blow them up. But I have to see the rest of the series. You know, I don't know. Maybe they add weapons to it later. I don't know. It was a pretty good series. It's kind of like Star Trek. Each episode is kind of like a monster of the week type of deal or situation of the week. Kind of had elements of Mad Max because it's post-apocalyptic. And some of the sets kind of look like something that was ripped off from Planet of the Apes.
Yeah.
That one little what do you call it thing?
It was like a little arena.
It was like an arena. That arena looked like something from Planet of the Apes, which might have been something sitting around the back of Universal Studios lot.
Yeah, it may have been.
Kind of Adobe looking.
Yeah, it did look like
that
one of that. Because I haven't seen the Planet of the Apes movies in a long time, but I do feel like that looked like something that was like some kind of little arena shot.
Every now and then they'll do a map shot, but that was the pilot, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, the pilot was, I think, better than the series, than the episodes so far, in terms of budget. But the story of each one so far has been passable, been pretty good.
Yeah, and like I said, they're kind of standalone stories.
You can jump in at any time.
Pretty much. It doesn't really have to be in a particular order. Because it's like, oh, they just keep looking for sanctuary and they think they find it and then it's not that. And it's like, it's kind of like, wow, it was like a nuclear war or whatever. It's like, well, there's still a lot of people farting around out there, though. Because they find a whole new city every single week. They're like, well, this was all right here. Who knew? You know.
They're talking about Buck Rogers. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think it was from the Planet of the Apes TV show, some of the stuff that they were using. Because I remember the Planet of the Apes TV show, and I think this came out after the Planet of the Apes TV show.
Oh, no, I can't remember.
My dad was watching Planet of the Apes TV show, and I remember that he liked it at first, but then after a few episodes, he was like, he scoffed at it and stopped watching it. I haven't seen it, so I don't know what it's like. It might be good.
I saw it, but I don't really remember anything about it because I was little.
The other one, the one that I want to watch next after this one is I want to see Space 1999. I never saw the whole series. I just saw.
Yeah, I don't think I did either.
And I saw an episode a few months back, and I was like, this actually looks pretty good. You know, it's like, I had a British-made little die-cast toy of the lunar, some kind of like a lunar lander type thing. I don't remember what it was called, from Space 1999.
Yeah.
Remember that? It had the 4 legs. It was long, rockets in the back and pointed
in
front.
Yeah.
And it had a little cargo bay that would disconnect from it. You could leave it behind. I had that. And it was made in England. It was fucking really well made. It was die-cast metal with plastic. And they had a bunch of different ones, but I only had the white one. I think they had different versions of that spacecraft. I forgot what they were called. Somebody in the comment sections knows what those things were called. It was a lunar something or other.
Speaking of which, you need to show your thing that you got.
Oh yeah,
your present that you got.
That's right. Right back here. Probably re-mention this on the main show.
Yeah, we will. But
Michael sent this to me. And I don't know which Michael. We got 4 of them. Says, Tom, I saw this on pre-order.
Probably Michael E.
Right after the show, you were talking about Evel Knievel jumping a motorcycle that wasn't meant to get airborne. Just had to order it. Enjoy, Michael. That's it.
Look how cute that is.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yep. The motorcycle's correct, too.
Well, yeah, of course.
Yeah. At that time, Evel was fucking jumping a modified Harley Sportster, or maybe it might have been an XR750, which was a modified Sportster. He started off on Triumphs, I think. Look at you.
Terry asked if we saw Farscape. I think I saw a few of the early episodes.
I saw them. They were good.
Yeah, I remember it being pretty good. Yeah. I think I kind of lost interest after a while, but I did see like probably the first season.
I think I saw like a 1/4 of them. It was good. I liked it.
That used to be on the Sci-Fi Channel, did it not?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I thought it was.
It was pretty good.
Because, I mean, I was watching a lot of Sci-Fi Channel back then because that's when MST was on the Sci-Fi Channel. So sometimes I would see Farscape, too, because it would be on after it.
Graham called it. They were called the Eagle Transporter. That's right. That vehicle was called the Eagle Transporter.
Well, we're going to have to watch Space 1999 because I don't think that I've ever seen it.
They had this alien chick on there. I remember her name. I think her name was Myra or Mira. And she could turn into anything. She was a...
Handy.
She was, she could morph into any other animal or any kind of alien and alien animals. You could see what she was going to transform into in her eye. They would zoom in on her fucking eye and you could see what she was going to become and then she would be that. What do you call it? Shapeshifter. She was a shapeshifter.
Transmogrification.
Yeah. I don't know if it happened in reality or if it happened in your mind. I don't know if it was an illusion or not.
Like a glamour.
Yeah, but she was able to do it. I think it happened. I think she actually transformed in reality because she'd fucking jump on some dude and fucking beat him up. You know? She turned into like a fucking like a Mugatu or something. Remember the Mugatu from fucking Star Trek? The fucking albino unicorn gorilla.
Oh, yeah,
poison
that's right.
Fucking she turned into stuff like that and get you.
I mean, you'd think that you could just turn into like a big, huge boulder and just like squish the dude.
Yeah.
That'd be a lot easier.
Graham said her name was Maya. Okay.
Yeah.
It's been a long time. She was the science officer. Brave New World was a good movie. I don't really remember that one.
Yeah, it was good. I like that book as well.
Mango said that fucking Badger said that rewatched all the Space 1999 recently, and it has some great stories. It's a good all-round show.
Yeah, we definitely need to get to that
Yeah.
one of these days. I got so much stuff I gotta watch.
Yeah.
I'm so behind.
Well, what's funny is that just because of the way shit is now, you're kind of better off going back in time and looking at some of the old classic stuff. Because a lot of the stuff they make now is just like shit. You know, it's just, you don't really have any kind of connection to it. Neither does anybody else. I heard that the new Star Trek, I haven't seen it. I heard that the new Star Trek, some people liked it because it's very different than other Star Trek. Of course, they got to get around all these licensing fees. They don't want to pay licensing, so they had to change everything, change the way everything looked and the story, And I don't think it's taking place in this universe. It's taking place in a parallel universe. It's supposed to be kind of dark and pessimistic. Now, that Star Trek fans aren't going to like that. That's just not what Star Trek was. So I think it's being canceled. I like my favorite Star Trek was the one that everybody used to fucking hate the worst, and that was Enterprise. I liked Enterprise, which takes place before the original series. I liked the original series. I have to say the original series is probably my favorite, but outside that, I liked Enterprise. It wasn't that good the first season or so, but once it started to roll, it got better. They started going down weird paths, and they never really wrapped up the temporal time war or whatever. They never really sufficiently wrapped that up. There was some shit that was going on in this weird expanse they never really wrapped up. But it meant at the end it had like one of the best fucking two of the best mirror episodes of all times was in that, which went all the way back to the old episode where the Defiant disappeared off into the damn fucking other dimension because the Thalians took it. Well, this explains fucking where it went. It was good. I liked the series. It had Shran in it, played by what's his name?
Jeffrey Combs.
Jeffrey Combs.
I have to tell him every time.
Gotta kill him. She gotta tell him. Shran was in it. Shran would make fucking appearances. I liked him.
Well, I mean, Jeffrey Combs is awesome.
Yeah.
So,
well,
I love Jeffrey Combs.
He was in Deep Space Nine too, and I never really got off into all Deep Space Nine. It never really. There were some good episodes that I saw, but I was never able to catch it on a regular basis. I think it says a lot of times I was in the army or was working.
Yeah.
So.
All right, so.
Yeah.
You ready to wrap it up? Because we've been going like a long time.
Yeah, we've been going
like more than an hour because we had to stop and then start back over again.
But,
and like I said, that's kind of why I retitled this one because, like I said, we weren't talking about the same thing anymore. Because you know how we do.
It was good, it was good just to re-mention this one anyway because we haven't mentioned this in a long time, and since we're back on it and looking at it again, just mentioning it again I think was a good idea.
Yeah.
It's a good series.
Yeah, it definitely is. If you're into that kind of stuff, like I said, if you're into the original movie, it's definitely worth taking a look at.
Yeah.
All right, so we will be back tomorrow talking about another new movie. Probably, hopefully, we won't have any more fucking problems like we had today. I don't know why we haven't had any problems for like a week.
Yeah, I
don't know why it suddenly decided. Maybe our Wi-Fi's fucked up. I don't know. But yeah, so we'll be back tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time talking about another movie. Thanks everybody for dropping by. Bye.